Bhagwan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki jai. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Bhagwan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki jai. Sarvam Yogi Ramsuratkumar Arpanamastu. Let us offer our profuse, grateful pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan for the gift of grace that He has blessed us all with. For we are able to sing His powerful Nama, this auspicious, powerful Nama, for 1 hour, sitting in one place without any restlessness in the body or the mind. Even if the mind wanders, if the body is able to sit in one place, it's a lot of punya, it's a lot of spiritual merit that we earn. And when we do it in the most auspicious hour of the day, its fruit is enormous. So, we have offered the Nama lotuses in celebration of His grace, in adoration of His glory at His lotus feet. Now, yesterday, somebody came and asked me to explain during the session, so that there are many who would want to know these things in clarity. What did he ask? He said, there is this traditional Advaitic practice of Aham Brahmasmi. And then again Ramana Bhagwan's prescription of who am I? And then Yogi Ramsuratkumar Bhagwan also gives prescriptions for spiritual sadhana. Can you please explain what is what and how do they differ and what would suit us among the three? Now, to begin with, the traditional Advaitic sadhana is, from the beginning, you were taught to consider only your soul as Brahman. Generally, we identify ourselves with the body and say, I am so and so, I am a man, I am a woman, I am a child, I am a boy, I am so and so. So our identification in this life is with the body and all that is related to the body alone. This is Maya. For this body did not exist before it was born, and now it's come into form and it exists. And after some time, when the chosen time comes for each Vyakti, each person, then the body is dropped. It is burnt or buried. So it does not exist continuously, permanently. So whatever appears for some time, appears and continues for some time, and finally disappears, they belong to the realm of Maya. Maya means illusion. For a while it appears to be alive, and then it disappears. It's no more. This is illusion. So Advaita, the traditional Advaita of Adi Shankara says, you are not this body. You are the ultimate, the higher power, Sat-Chit Ananda, that which is always, permanently, which never appears or disappears, like an illusion. And that which is that supreme intelligence, that supreme consciousness, the consciousness which is at once the great chitta. Sat-chit, chit means here the knowledge, that supreme knowledge, the supreme power, the supreme intelligence. Ananda, it is that supreme Ananda which does not depend upon any object or any person. And this is all-knowing, all-powerful, and all-pervasive. Pure consciousness. But then, at the level of Parabrahman, there is nothing else to be aware of. There is nothing else to be conscious of, because the world and the creatures, that which has been created as the cosmos, and all that it contains is only an appearance, it's only an illusion. In the firmament of consciousness, the cosmos appears, stays for a while, and then disappears. So what is the substratum of this appearance and disappearance is the permanent supreme divinity. It has no form or name. It is pure awareness, which is only aware of itself. There is nothing else to be aware of. And this is what you are. Tat Tvam Asi. That you are. Prajnanam Brahma. The Brahman, supreme Brahman, is prajna, is consciousness. So the Mahavakyas of the Upanishads, they keep repeating again and again that you are not the body which appears and disappears. You are that Satchitananda. You are that supreme Brahman. And so the mantra is Aham Brahmasmi. You just keep on repeating Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. I am the supreme Brahman. I am that supreme Brahman. When a thought is repeated again and again and again with the dispassion for everything else, to the exclusion of all else, if the thought is repeated, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, sooner or later it's going to sink deep into your consciousness, and then you would begin to understand that you are that. It would happen by the grace of the Supreme Brahman. We all know, especially people who go to psychiatrists, one single thought takes over completely and rules them, and therefore they lose their balance. A fear takes over and they become an embodiment of fear, and then they go to the psychiatrist, get treated. Any thought that takes over consumes the whole being. We become that. We keep saying, whatever you think, that you are. So when you think that you are Parabrahman, Aham Brahmasmi, and you keep on practicing this thought again and again and again, you will be ruled by this thought, and then the meaning, the depth of the statement will take root, and slowly you begin to understand, and then you become it. For example, we all know Totapuri, Bhagwan Shri Ramakrishna's Guru, Advaitic Guru. He practiced this for 40 years, that he was no body but that supreme Brahman. He became qualified to be the Guru of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. It's a very difficult practice because all the time everyone would talk to you only as a body. You have a certain name given by your parents, and you have a body which is identified as male or female, and everyone around would be addressing you accordingly. So they will not allow you to forget unless you go to solitude and practice this with complete determination and perseverance. But here we assume, because we have no experience of this Parabrahman, we take this mantra as a thought. It's also a thought. It's a bhavana. It is the feeling, an assumption in the beginning. So this is also done by the mind. So in the beginning itself, how do you get this idea? Because somebody had said it. Someone who experienced the truth of this Aham Brahmasmi comes and tells you that you are not this body, you are the Parabrahman. So we take it from them because we have faith in them, and then we start practicing it. Shri Gyaneshwar says in his Gyaneshwari, practicing this, that I am not the body, I am the soul, I am the all-pervasive, all-knowing, the almighty soul, the supreme Brahman, is like an old man without teeth trying to eat iron balls. That's how difficult it is for a being who is so much used to name and form. Now we shall come to Ramana Bhagwan's Who Am I? Ramana Bhagwan says, even practicing Aham Brahmasmi is like practicing a mantra. You assume in the beginning, you have a bhavana, you need a bhava, that I am the soul. When you begin that, you have only faith in the Master's word, and you have no experience of the truth of the statement. And you have to practice it for so long a time. It is on the assumption that whatever your Guru has said is the truth, because it's his experience, it's not your experience. So find out straight away, you exist. Can you deny that you do not exist? Can you deny that you exist? You know that you exist, and you don't need anybody to tell you that you exist. So we'll start from there, because it is its own proof that I exist. I don't have to ask anyone. And then start from there. Okay, I exist. Then who am I? I do not know anything about this I. So I have to investigate. I have to find out. But then even here I have to start with the mind only, because that's all I have. And the mind is full of thoughts, and the thoughts are racing through the mind. As long as you have so many thoughts about so many things and people, even this is very difficult to practice, because you need not only concentration but purity. And what is purity? You must have less and less and less thoughts. Which means you must have vairagya, dispassion. If you are attached to things and people, you will surely have thoughts about them. All our thoughts, if you examine them, you will see they are about something that we either like or dislike, or someone we like or dislike. So there will be thoughts. So unless you practice again and again, so that you have that purity of mind is this thought-free, or say a few thoughts or lesser number of thoughts. Otherwise, a very firm determination and the grace of the Guru, the special grace of the Guru, then you will be able to locate this I. How do you do it? Okay, I'm asking, who am I? Then the mind says, whatever the mind says is only what the mind says. You are not here to listen to the mind, but who am I? Then Ramana Bhagwan says, ask to whom this thought occurs. The question occurs. The question is, who am I? To whom does this question occur? Then the mind would say, to me. Now, the minute it is me, at least we understand that I and me are not one and the same. Me is mind. What is mine cannot be I. For example, the dress that I wear or the ornament that I wear, this is my ornament. This is my dress. So it is my possession. The possession cannot be the possessor. So, the minute you say, the thought occurs to me, then who am I? Okay, it is mine, the thought is mine, in which case, who am I? Again the question comes. So every time you ask the question, who am I? The thought comes back to the I. Because immediately the answer is, to whom does this question come? And then the answer is, to me. And this me brings me to the I. The I is the source. And this is the ego I, because that's all I know at the moment of starting the practice. And Ramana Bhagwan says, you stay put in that I, slowly, slowly. Every time you put this question, you get this answer. To me, the thought occurs. To me, the question has occurred. And then, who am I? In which case, who am I? So, when you ask, you come back to this I. Slowly, 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 when you keep on asking this question, you will begin to stay at I, because it's bringing you back. It's abhyas. It is practice. So the question brings you back to I. And after some time, when you will begin to stay in that I, because you've asked it too many times, and too many times the answer is me, and me brings you back to I, who am I again? So you come back to I. So this has to happen several times. Finally, the mind understands that he doesn't want the thought, but it is wants the possessor of the thought. Who am I? Not me, but I. So the mind begins to stay in I, even though it is only ego I at the moment, but once the mind begins to stay put in this ego I, whatever is behind this ego I, the true I, that universal I, will begin to shine forth, will begin to reveal itself. Because you are not giving place to this ego I which identifies itself with the name and form. Because all the time you are saying, you are coming back to this I. So the mind starts to concentrate on this I, and then whatever is behind this I, the true I, begins to reveal itself. But all this should happen with your entire being. If you have scattered thoughts and thoughts, along with this question, you'll be carried away by the thoughts. So the one condition is, you are not to be carried away by the thoughts. Instead, you have to ask to whom these thoughts occur. Constantly. So that the thoughts would go away and me and I will come to the source. And that way you begin to stay in I, the source, and then the source reveals itself in all its glory. Again, this practice is also difficult, especially for people who live in this life who live a life pertaining to this body. We call one being our mother, another father, and all the others brothers, sisters, and then friends who are attached to this identity with the body. So everything, the whole world revolves around your identification with the body. So those who are living quite involved in this samsara, in this life, it is difficult to practice this. It may take a long, long time. So Yogi Ramsuratkumar said, when you are involved in the samsaric life, in the worldly life, you have too many thoughts, too many attachments, too many anxieties and worries. You have fear, you have sorrow, anger, a spectrum of emotions, a whole spectrum of emotions. It will be difficult to practice. So the thing is, the mind has to be purified first. Because in both the cases, Aham Brahmasmi and the Atma Vichara, who am I, we need a certain qualification. It doesn't occur easily. You have to locate this I by bringing this idea again and again to the source. Whereas here, when you are involved with your own life, you are attached to your wife or husband and your children and all your relatives and friends. The whole life revolves around your identification with the body. So there will be thoughts and thoughts and thoughts. Unless you get rid of these thoughts, unless you reduce these thoughts and stay single-minded with determination at the source, it would be difficult. So how to reduce these thoughts? So Bhagwan's prescription, Yogi Ramsuratkumar's prescription is, hold on to a deity which has a name and form just like yours. And this is no less God, because think that this God is all-knowing, all-pervasive, and all-powerful. Say Rama, Krishna, Shiva. They are all knowing, all powerful, all pervasive. There is no place where they are not. Even if you sit there in Alaska, in the Greenland, and call out to Shiva, Shiva would respond. In any part of the world, call out to Rama, Krishna, immediately there will be response from the divine. So we start worshipping a Purna deity, meaning a deity which is complete in its knowledge, in its power. And then you start chanting the name. Bhagwan says, remembering God is the goal of life. And how to remember God whom you have not seen, whom you have not moved with, whom you have only read about in books. You can continue to read the books. You can continue to hear about these gods in Satsang from the great ones. And then you begin to understand that when somebody calls you by name, don't you respond? You give a name to your dog and call out the name, the dog comes running. Wherever it is, maybe out there in the field, the minute you call out the dog, it comes running to you. It knows it's being called. You give a name to a cat, the cat responds. So when you begin to chant the name of God, God responds. In fact, Bhagwan used to say, when you call out to Rama, Rama is instantly present. When you call out to Shiva, Shiva is instantly present. When you call out the name Yogi Ramsuratkumar, my father is instantly present. So the name God and his name are one and the same. So Bhagwan Yogi Ramsuratkumar says, keep chanting the name, which is very, very powerful. It is not an inert name, it's fully conscious. It is Nami himself, it is the named deity. And so Nama, as you keep on chanting, the Nama will begin to eat up all other unwanted thoughts. Because you're invoking the grace of the deity. You are invoking the divine energy into your life, into whatever you think, into whatever words you speak, into whatever you do. In all aspects of life, you invoke the grace of the divine by just calling out the name. And the divine will not keep quiet for long. It will begin to destroy all those thoughts which are unnecessary, unwanted, unworthy. And slowly the purification process would start. And finally there will be only one thought, like Aham Brahmasmi, who am I? The thought of the deity. Lord Shiva will take over, Rama will take over, Yogi Ramsuratkumar will take over in all their glory and power. So the small I, ego I, will become He, Lord Shiva, He, Lord Rama, He, Yogi Ramsuratkumar Bhagwan. And then it is only a small step from He to capital I, the universal I. It's a small jump from capital He to capital I, meaning the divine self, from the ego self to the deity's name or the worship of the deity, he or she, the Divine Mother. Whether it is Ishvara or Ishwari, it's one and the same deity. You are coloring it as male or female, but it's the same, the Almighty. And then from there, we could easily know that I am that. I am Ishvara. I am Ishwari. I alone exist. There is nothing else, no one else. Now, for 99% of the people, chanting the name is the most suitable one because we are so much used to name and form, and the name of the divine will begin to mingle with everything about our life. It will mingle with our prana also. The Nama will control the prana and will develop into prema. Prema for God and prema for all. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. Bhagwan, we beg you again and again, a million times, for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to today's world. Why do I say that? Because in today's world, there is so much violence everywhere. We have forgotten our true nature. We have lost our sense of compassion. We have all become very selfish. We want everything for ourselves or only for our own people, our country, our religion. And in the name of religion, there is so much enmity and killing. That is the irony of it. So Bhagwan, we beg you again and again to bring in unity, harmony, order and discipline into the lives of people, so that people, instead of living the way they want and creating a philosophy to justify it, they will begin to live a dharmic life with remembrance of God. And Bhagwan, there is already the war going on between the two countries. We beg you to stop them so that peace be prevalent and there will be no mention of the word war among the countries of the world. And Bhagwan, there are sudden attacks of these cruel diseases terrible diseases and the furies of nature, the violence. Even the nature has become violent because we don't respect it. We don't love it anymore. And it simply reflects our own attitude. And again, those terrible accidents and deaths. We beg you, Bhagwan, to keep them under your control and save us and destroy all that is the cause, the negativities of the mind which are responsible for today's world. And wherever people are, whichever country they belong to, whichever language they speak, whichever religion they have embraced, they also get into difficulties and sufferings. They may not believe in rebirth, they may not believe in the karmas, and yet the truth would rule them and take over, and they too suffer without help or protection. We beg you to reach out to all those people all over the world, and we beg you again to protect all the unselfish people who have been slogging for the welfare of the others from unhealthy, unworthy, unnecessary criticisms and aspersion. We also beg you to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity so that India would reach that high status of world teacher to conduct the whole world in the path of Dharma. And we pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless and joyful chanting of your powerful name and unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings so that we assimilate and make it into our Atma Shakti. Please bless us to be only sattvic instrument in your hands and not rakshasic elements. Please bless us to run our everyday life as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We also seek that ultimate state of being, that ultimate state of bliss and peace that is yours, but then we need to be purified because our mind has all those latent tendencies because of which we go through fear, anger, jealousy, passion, and sorrow. But you have said the divine name, the name of the divine, is a very powerful weapon against all this. That as you go on taking the name more and more and more, you would see how all those tendencies, unwanted tendencies of the mind disappear or destroyed. We beg you, Bhagwan, to bless us for our early purification. We take refuge in your powerful Nama. And wherever we are, whatever work falls into our hand, we know it's all your work and we do it. We have to do it as seva to you, and that joyfully, without any unhealthy competition or jealousy, so that every work as our duty, as a father, as a husband, as a wife, as a son or daughter, whatever role, all that would become Atma Shakti. Please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us because it happens by your will and it's coming from you, and therefore it's got to be a great blessing meant for our own transformation. When a bad karma takes over, then all that we hold as security in life will be cut off from us and we would be in a very utterly helpless state when we realize God is our only security. So a great wisdom is born out of every adversity which would purify our mind and push us towards God. And then we will be able to feel the vibrant presence of the divine in everything. And Bhagwan, please bless us to be grateful to you even for the adversities of life, because we know they are blessings in disguise. And we seek your powerful blessings for all the species of the cosmos to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek that redemption, liberation from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, the root cause of which is Aham Bhavam, the identification with the body, the utter selfishness. We beg you, Bhagwan, to approve this and promote Atma Bhava so that we be blessed with that immortal life that eternal living in merger with you, or eternal servitude to you, that eternal supreme divinity. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.